Ever had a moment where your brain freezes and 5 minutes later, the perfect response pops into your head? In this video, I'll give you 3 powerful techniques used by elite speakers, negotiators, and CEOs to articulate their thoughts instantly and with precision. By the end, you'll have a simple and applicable recipe and framework that makes structuring your ideas second nature. Ever froze when asked the question? This happens because thinking in real time is harder than most people realize. Your brain needs to process, organize, and articulate simultaneously. The problem is that most people speak before their thoughts are fully formed, leading to rambling, awkward phrasing, or saying something they later regret. The good news is that you can train yourself to think faster and express ideas clearly, even under pressure. If you struggle with confidence when speaking, watch this video next, where I give you simple techniques to speak with more confidence in any situation. But why do we struggle to think and speak clearly on the spot? Your brain is like a busy city intersection. Cars are trying to pass through, but without clear lanes and traffic lights, they collide, causing a traffic jam where everyone is stuck and beeping. You recognize that situation, right? In this analogy, the cars are your thoughts, the traffic lights and lanes are your structure, and the traffic jam is brain fog caused by all this mess inside your head. The problem here? Thinking is multi-dimensional, but speaking is linear. We expect words to perfectly capture the full depth of our thoughts, but language is limiting. The processing delay happens because your brain is searching for the right words while also trying to analyze the listener's reaction and controlling your tone and body language. For more tips on body language, watch this video next. It will give you tips and techniques to master your body language in any situation. Here are a few common struggles. Fear leads to overthinking and analysis paralysis. Pressure forces rushed answers, sacrificing clarity. A limited active vocabulary makes it difficult to retrieve precise words in real time. The solution here? You need a thinking blueprint, a way to quickly structure ideas before speaking. And this is where our recipe comes in. 3 simple steps that, if put into place, will make a baffling speaker out of you in no time. Step number 1, the 3-second rule. Most people think pausing makes them look slow. In reality, it makes you look confident and deliberate. Think of a chess master. They don't rush their next move. They pause, they analyze, and execute strategically. If you're afraid of silence, use a verbal buffer. Elite speakers use verbal buffers to create thinking space for themselves before answering. Here are 2 ways to create buffers for yourself. Letting your interlocutor know you're thinking. That's an interesting question. Or, let me think about that for a second. Let me process that for a moment. Second technique here, repeating the question or rephrasing to ensure understanding. It reiterates for stronger understanding and it gives you more time to think of an answer. What you asked me was, have I understood correctly when you said, you can use these 3 seconds for cognitive priming as well? In psychology, cognitive priming is a technique in which the introduction of one stimulus influences how people respond to a subsequent stimulus. Priming works by activating an association or representation in memory just before another stimulus or task is introduced. Simply put, you prepare people to react and engage to what you're saying in a special way. You can prime your audience's attention by saying, I want to be precise with this response, so let me choose my words carefully. Or, it's an interesting question that needs an interesting response. This makes them lean in, not check out. To put this into practice, try this mini exercise. Next time someone asks you a question, wait 3 seconds before responding. Observe how it changes your clarity and confidence and your listener's response to you. Okay, but pausing doesn't answer the question, does it? You're absolutely right. After you've created yourself some buffer space for reflection, it's time to structure your response. And this leads us to step 2 of our 3-step framework. Structure your response instantly with the R.I.S.E framework. Great speakers don't just respond, they structure their answers on the spot. Here, I encourage you to use the R.I.S.E framework, R-I-S-E. R is for rephrase, buy time and clarify the question. Instead of panicking, repeat or rephrase the question to gain mental clarity. For example, here's the question, what's your leadership style? And your response could be, so you're asking how I approach leadership in my teams. I is for identifying. Identify the core idea. What's the one message you want to convey? Ask yourself, if they only remember one thing from my answer, what should it be? Cut unnecessary details. Too much information leads to cognitive overload. More on that in this video, and you don't want that. Stay clear and precise. Stick to your key messages. If you want to repeat them, rephrase the key messages in different ways to make sure it sticks. S is for support. Support with an example or metaphor. People remember stories much more than abstract points. So instead of saying, I value collaboration, say something like this. Think of a jazz band. Each musician listens and adapts in real time. That's my approach to teamwork. See how much clearer that is? E is for end. End with impact. Finish concisely and confidently. Avoid rambling. End with a solid takeaway. Example here. So, in short, my leadership style is like a jazz band, structured yet adaptable. Here's a mini exercise for you to practice this framework with. Take a common interview question, any common interview question. Practice responding using R.I.S.E. You'll see, it's so impactful. Simple, but impactful. Right. Now we've got our framework, but we still haven't answered the question. It's all well and good to have time to think, a structure to follow for your answer, but what about the answer itself? Here we are, step number 3 of our framework to articulate your thoughts more clearly. Boost your verbal agility by expanding your speaking toolkit, your surface lexicon, otherwise the 38-word rule. In communication, your brain defaults to the same 1,500 to 3,000 words daily, but elite speakers use richer, more precise language. They have expanded that lexicon with lots of synonyms. It's the same word, but not the same terms. Your brain uses about 1,500 to 3,000 words every day, but great speakers have a richer and more precise vocabulary. So we need to get more varied vocabulary into our brains. A Yale study shows that you need to use a word 38 times for it to become a natural part of your speech. For this technique, I encourage you to take one word a day that you say often and force yourself to use its synonyms. The more varied, the better. One step at a time, my friend. One step at a time. So here are a few examples. Instead of that's good, say that's remarkable, or that's astounding, or that's astonishing. And instead of I don't know, use I'm out of ideas, or I'm not quite sure, or even, for a bit more fun, I'm experiencing idea poverty today. Since you have made it to here in the video, I want to share 2 bonus tips to you to thank you for sticking around. Also, let me know you did by commenting whisper in the comments below. You'll understand why in a second. Here are 2 bonus techniques for you to be able to articulate your thoughts more clearly. Whisper drafting. This is Teddy Roosevelt's secret. You know, the 26th president of the United States of America? Before speaking, whisper your sentence under your breath, like a verbal first draft. It helps catch awkward phrasing and refine ideas before speaking. Use metaphors and analogies to create vivid speech. People remember images, not abstract words. Instead of saying communication is key, say good communication is the difference between a bridge and a tightrope. That sticks. Now you know why people struggle with articulation and how to fix it. So let's recap this powerful 3-step recipe to being able to articulate your thoughts more clearly from now on. Pause before speaking, give yourself time to think. Structure your response, use the R.I.S.E framework, R-I-S-E, rephrase, identify, support, and end strong. And when answering, expand your vocabulary and use metaphors. Make your speech richer. Which of these techniques will you try first? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to download your free communication worksheets from the description below. If this video has helped you, hit the subscribe for more expert strategies on communication, leadership, and public speaking. If you want me to answer any questions you might have in the next video, please make sure to put it in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it just for you. In any case, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, you beautiful people. Speak up. Ciao, ciao.